is forever etched into my brain. We went to the doctor that day, and Gabe and I never went home.
We're just in a state of shock. We weren't sure what we're walking into.
Well, when he looked into both my eyes, he actually saw that there was some fluid in the back of my eyes.
I remember when I got the call from my urologist and he gave me the words, "It's cancer." I listened stoically as he told me what he had to say, and then I hung up the phone and burst into tears. And as Judy called up the stairs to ask what was wrong, all I could say was, "How could I do this to you?"
So I went back in, and the doctor came into the room and stood against that wall, and the nurse came in and stood against the cabinet over there, and he started talking, and he said that there was something about the biopsy that they just weren't sure about, so they sent it off for a second opinion. And they'd gotten the second opinion back, and it turns out I have the rarest form of thyroid cancer there is. He continued to talk, and it was like he was speaking Russian or something. His mouth was moving, and there were sounds coming out of his mouth, but there were no words. And I was concentrating. I could not make sense of what he was saying.
When our babysitter called us up and said that Spencer had a fever and would it be okay to give him a little medication, and we thought everything was just fine. Turned out it wasn't.
I was diagnosed with pre-B-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia at the age of 4 years old on October 22nd, 2004.
Livestrong started as a bunch of friends who wanted to support a friend as he was going through cancer. In the last 25 years, we've become millions of friends supporting millions of friends as they're going through cancer.
Who you riding for?
Uncle Jack. Keep riding.
I'm riding for my sister Kelly.
I'm riding for Lisa and John today.
My cousin Robbie.
Who you riding for today, Susan?
Lisa Thomas and Robert Lynn.
Who you riding for, Mom?
MJ Novak.
Woo!
Carla Meinberg.
Who you riding for?
Everybody.
the larger group, people that honestly I find in Livestrong. I've got things to do. I've got to get after it. I got to go do this. I got to go, let's do this. And they do it. And they spend the rest of their lives living.
The Lance Armstrong Foundation had been a critical spoke during Jared's 2.5 years of treatment. Matt encouraged me to rally Team Kermit, make the trip to Austin, don our Kermit dolls on our helmets, and ride.
Fortunately, in 2002, Jim found Livestrong and Ride for the Roses. A year later, I joined him. It was all about living with cancer, not dying from it. The positivity was enough to help almost anyone survive.
Why do I keep participating in the Livestrong Challenge every year since 2006? First off, for my dad, the general, and for all the other cancer survivors that I've met in my life. I want to do what I can to support.
Love the idea of living strong every day because that's really my goal.
We got Big Gabe here with the monkey in my chair. Had your name, and I don't know if, I think it did say your name and then said Livestrong organization. It opened up a resource that I didn't even know was there. I think it was kind of a sigh of relief for us because we got this level of support we didn't know was available to us.
When I heard that we could possibly not have after Ken's chemotherapy, I was devastated. So we started looking, and we looked into IVF, and there was definitely a sticker shock. It was like buying a car in cash and no guarantee of success. But then we found Livestrong, and they were able to guide us through the process. They paid for all of our medications. They were there with us when we had failures in embryo transfers. Through their program, we were able to create 4 embryos. And our last embryo was you.
I had the opportunity to work for the YMCA of Austin. There, I had the privilege to teach for a program called the Livestrong at the YMCA.
I went to the cancer center to get treatment, but I came to the Livestrong at the YMCA to heal.
How many of you have had family members that have had cancer?
Then we really developed a spectacular collaboration to spin off what we call the CALM model, which is Cancer Life Reimagined.
So I've had a patient who was diagnosed with lymphoma. There were questions she had about diet and nutrition. There were questions she had about stress and coping with her diagnoses. And so there were actually people in the clinic who could deal with all of those things. She's doing well today, and I think a lot of it has to do with the care that we provided.
I would say the biggest obstacle that our audience faces is related to financial constraints. And this program will help increase access to obtaining healthy and nutritionally dense foods.
Our Cancer Care Respite program will provide medically safe respite care to pediatric cancer patients.
Cancer Support Community Los Angeles serves the vast and diverse landscape of Los Angeles. People who are far away from our brick and mortar can have that access.
In the future, when someone hears that they have cancer or someone hears their loved one has cancer, when everyone knows you need help with any stage of a cancer journey, if you're the patient, the caregiver, family member, the best friend, you go to here and you find what you need.
I do not believe that I am going to be around very much longer. I think that my cancer is going to take me fairly quickly now. Of all things, I want my kids, my grandkids, to know that I lived every day.